I'm currently boarding the world's most expensive first class with tickets costing up to $86,000. Let's go see how this is. Welcome to Etihad, the world's most exclusive first class. Over the next 24 hours, I'll be flying in their two best first class seats, experiencing everything from the massive suites to upscale dining to an onboard spa to even my own private butler. Together, these two flights can cost up to a staggering $86,000, but as you'll see later, I managed to get them for just a fraction of that price. So as we take off from Paris, going to our first destination of Abu Dhabi, it's time to start this 24-hour journey and see what the most expensive first class is actually like. Okay, so welcome ladies and gentlemen to seat one of two, or should I say the apartment, as that's literally what Etihad calls it. As the aircraft itself is the world's largest passenger plane, the A380 having 500 passengers and crew on board, however only with 9 first class passengers, which means the first class cabin is crazy big with there being no overhead bins since the suite is, well, an apartment. With all around the suite having all of these different areas that you would normally find in a home. For example, right next to the seat you have a storage container, and then above that a 3-panel vanity mirror. Like, this is nicer than my apartment's mirror. And then below that you have this mini fridge complete with Sprite, Coca-Cola, and water, but you can exchange it for any beverage you'd like. Then next to that there's a closet for hanging your clothes, and also a TV that can move in whatever direction. And then, I mean, not to mention the seat itself is huge, but feeling like you're in a throne almost. But then across from you have this massive bench here that's 6 foot 5 inches, which is so big you could lie down on it. But definitely the coolest part of this suite is the amenities. With having luxury PJs from Giorgio Armani and products from luxury skincare brand Espa. And although the suite is absolutely incredible, it's nothing compared to the most luxurious amenity that we're about to experience of the dining.
Oh,
great. I'm gonna try to be able to think of which spoon to use. There's quite a few here.
Yes, well, I mean, I always was taught you start from the outside in.
Okay, thank you. And already with the first course, I'm beginning to see that, like, next level dining here. With normally on first class, you're offered like a dollop of caviar. In Etihad, you're given the whole tin, which, just so you know, is a few $100s. The only thing I have to say is this meal is getting started off right. And continuing on to the second course, it just keeps on getting better with having freshly smoked duck, which having duck on an airplane is incredible to begin with, but just the presentation as well is beautiful. Having a sort of like tiny flower on top of it all, and with the taste also being amazing. And for course, I guess you would call it like 2.5, we have a palate cleanser here, which I have never had before on an aircraft or in a restaurant, which is surprising, but honestly, since this is the world's most expensive first class, it's understandable. However, the most famous course on Etihad is the main course, with us having an absolutely beautiful looking steak. Like, this steak looks like it could be served in a steakhouse. And with the beef, it's served with a red wine here.
Would you get to taste, please?
Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, it's perfect. Thank you so much. As each course has a special wine paired with the food itself, I think I've officially entered heaven. That was amazing. But honestly, the course that I was looking forward to most is the dessert course, with us going with a chocolate and caramel fondant. Looking, again, absolutely incredible, and paired with it is a dessert wine. Oh my gosh. That was incredible. And although that meal was absolutely delicious, we are just getting started. As being now in hour 2, we're going over the beautiful Alps. And like I said, we're in the world's largest passenger plane. And because of that, there's all these places around the plane to check out. Like, for example, if we go over here and go to the end of the first class area, we have the bar area. And this space is just so cool. Like, you have the comfy seats, the TV playing the news or sporting events, and then of course the bar area. Do you guys have any sort of like specialty cocktails or anything?
We have like a mango mojito and...
Oh, cool. Oh yeah, like the butterfly effect and stuff like... Oh, that's cool. And with the butterfly effect just looking radioactive. Like, literally, I have no idea how this is going to taste. And I don't drink a lot of cocktails, but I think my new drink is officially the butterfly effect. Whatever is in here. And although I had an amazing time in the lounge and this cocktail was really good, Etihad offers something even crazier at the front of the plane, of a private spa room. Wow, and I never thought I'd describe a plane room with having a peaceful vibe to it, but this is that right here. Like, first thing I notice is there's mood lighting in every section of this room. Then below you, there's heated floors, which just feels so trippy to have heated floors on an airplane. To the star of the show in the spa room of the shower area, which I've been lucky enough to shower on an airplane before. I gotta say, this is like one of the best feelings you can experience on there. But with our Giorgio Armani PJs on now, we have so much more still to experience. Like, as we walk back to our apartment, I just noticed the flight attendants have transformed our couch into this massive bed. And oh man, would you just look at this thing? With the bed actually being made from the couch instead of the big seat here. So you have the bed and the seat at the same time. And I mean, in terms of the comfortability, like, there's not one but two pillows, with also having two different blankets, and then something I never knew could be possible on an airplane, having 3 different mattress layers, which makes you feel like you're sleeping on a cloud. And what's crazy is just lying down here, I noticed that they have a full-on remote control. So for example, if you'd like to shut the window, it's as simple as that. Or if you'd like to, say, watch TV. Oh my gosh. But I think this little card that they put on your pillow when they make your bed is probably my favorite thing. And just like the card says, I'm definitely not going to go to sleep here, because one of the main reasons I wanted to take this trip was to focus on my French learning. See, my girlfriend Lucille is French, and she's been encouraging me to learn more French. So I figured I'd make the most of my time when I'm literally in the clouds by studying French. And to show my progress, I'm gonna pick up a postcard in Abu Dhabi and then write Lucille a special letter. So I'm super excited to surprise her. Anyway, after a few hours of studying, I think it's time to experience probably the feature I find coolest on Etihad of unlimited dining on the snack section. Which means it's basically like a luxury all-you-can-eat buffet, as these snacks are not like a bag of chips. No. I'm talking about steak frites, pizza, or even a dish with one of the most expensive foods in the world of truffle. With us going with that truffle and scallop dish being sort of like a mini pie. Like, if you look on the inside there's just truffles lining the entire inside. And with the truffle pies also being served with a beautiful, and I mean stunning, plate of steak frite. Like, not a bad snack for watching a movie. And after finishing The Wild Robot, which, by the way, like, anybody that hasn't seen it, go watch it now. It's incredible. We're about to land in our first destination of Abu Dhabi, which I'm especially excited to be landing right now, because the second seat we're taking comes at 3 times the price of the one we just experienced, being the most luxurious first-class airplane seat in the world. But as we wait for that flight, something terrible almost just happened. And you see, while traveling, probably the most unexpected cost I've ever received are roaming fees. But luckily, before turning on my phone, I remember one of my biggest travel hacks of Saily. That's an eSim service app that has data packs for over 160 countries and 8 regions. Like, for example, here in Abu Dhabi, all you have to do to not be charged a roaming fee and to get data is to first download Saily, then open it and hit get a new eSIM, then type in United Arab Emirates, and then choose how much data you'd like to buy. And after buying one, it's literally installed in minutes. Meaning I save time from actually having to go to a physical SIM card place, and have more time now to explore Abu Dhabi. So thank you so much to Saily for sponsoring this video, and be sure to click the link in the description box below to install Saily today, where you can get an exclusive 15% discount with using code LivingBobby. Anyway, after a nice time in Abu Dhabi, where I went to the event I came here for, I found the perfect postcard for Lucille's special letter, and I'm back at the airport. Right now we're boarding the second flight, being the most exclusive seat you can have on the most expensive first class, called the Residence.
How are you?
Good.
I am so surprised to see you.
I know.
Oh, you are in Residence.
I know,
This is amazing.
So freaking amazing to be remembered on the world's most expensive first class. Like, what? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, as this seat can go for up to a staggering $66,000, it's not just a living room, but also 2 other rooms attached to this living room, which we'll be checking out later through those doors. So starting off with the living room, this space is just absolutely enormous and upgraded in literally every single way compared to the first seat. Like, just to describe how much legroom there actually is in this suite, like, just check this out. Like, I literally had to run back and forth for that shot. That's insane. Like, first off, there's not one, but two massive seats here, making for almost like a couch-like feel. And with the seat itself also being upgraded, with being able to like control the cushion firmness, and with there also being a massage feature, which I gotta tell you, sitting here in an airplane seat, having a massage at the same time, it's freaking unbelievable. Then across from you, a second couch with 3 different seats that people can sit on. Or if you're alone like me, under the seats are different storage areas, which just put the other one to absolute shame. Then right next to there's a mini fridge that's double the size of the last, which again, you can customize with any drink you'd like. And on top of that, the entire couch is motorized, so you can move it closer to you to create a footrest. And this massive table here, where as we take off, our personal flight attendant slash butler is setting up the table for dinner, where in the residence you have access to a 6-course meal with foods and drinks completely exclusive to you and not available in first class even. Starting off with our first course of an aperitif, having these 3 little appetizer things here with the suggestions from my butler. I got the espresso martini. I don't know, just having like this massive martini glass here in the residence. I'm not gonna lie, I feel a bit like James Bond right now. Did I look cool on it? Okay, yes.
As far as I think, yes.
However, the second course is something of a dream, having the caviar course. And I call it the caviar course because in the residence, caviar works a little bit different. First of all, you're given not only caviar, but fresh cut salmon. But the incredible thing about the caviar is for the residents, it's completely unlimited, with both the salmon and caviar being out of this world good. But next for our third course, we have something that, again, I didn't see on the menu before while we were in the other seats, of the burrata. And let me tell you, typically when you order a burrata on an airplane, maybe they give you like a quarter of the typical full burrata. Here, they give you the whole thing. This might be the best thing I've had during the entire journey. Oh my gosh, that was good. And for our main course, I decided to go with the fresh fish of the day because typically I don't see fish on airplanes. Anyway, it's topped with this beautiful sauce and served with vegetables with having the cutest little tiny carrots. Never did I think I would be saying the fresh fish is amazing on a freaking airplane, but here we are. And for the next course, we have the cheese course. Having 5 different types of cheeses. Life is so good right now. Oh my god. And for the dessert course, we have the beautiful, the stunning milk cake. And I mean, the taste of the food has been incredible, but also the presentation has been unbelievable. Like, I feel like I'm in like a fancy restaurant right now with having one of the most expensive ingredients in the world of saffron. Honestly, they truly spare no expense in the residence. All I can say is, what a freaking welcome to the residence. Like, that was by far the best first class meal I have ever had. With that said, it's crazy to say, but we've only explored 1/3 of the suite so far. Like, for example, through this door here, we go down our own hallway to the only private bedroom in commercial aviation, with having this room being fully private, having a door. And with the bed itself feeling like more of a hotel room bed versus an airplane bed. Like, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pillows here, a full-on comforter, a blanket that you'd find in a hotel. The comfortability feels like it's an actual mattress. And in terms of bobby rolls, we have 1 full bobby roll, which I believe is the record for an airplane's bed. Now, in our room, other than the bed itself, we have a mirror, a sort of control pad bedside table, and a second TV. And although this bed is so comfy, and I definitely want to go to sleep right now, I spent the last few hours instead writing Lucille's special letter. And honestly, guys, I seriously think she's going to be so surprised because this is completely out of left field. Like, I don't remember the last time I wrote a letter, and I don't think I've ever written one in French, so can't wait to see her face when I give her this letter. Anyway, speaking of one-of-a-kind experiences, right now we're going to experience a feature that's on no other aircraft in the world. As since this is the only private bedroom in commercial aviation, it's the only airline to offer breakfast in bed, just as if it's a hotel. And not to mention, this is a massive breakfast of having a thick avocado toast, an omelet, sausages, hash browns, and different vegetables, a pastries plate of a croissant, a muffin, and pain au chocolat, and some coffee. Honestly, I know that full in Etihad before now, but this is just... it's just mind-blowing. And although this bed and meal were amazing, ladies and gentlemen, we haven't even discovered this entire suite yet. You see, back down this hallway, before our living room, we have our own private shower/spa room, which is actually also upgraded, having our own robe, hair dryer, large luxury amenities costing hundreds of dollars, and a shower with, instead of 5 minutes, having unlimited water, which is the only airline or airplane to offer that in the world. I feel like I'm literally living like a king right now, which isn't a surprise because this is, after all, the world's most expensive first class. However, like I said at the beginning, I found a way to get this for a fraction of the price. You see, in the past, the residence has gone for up to $66,000 and the apartments for up to $20,000, being a combined total of $86,000. But with that said, there's a few ways to hack. So first off, for at least the next few months, Etihad is running a promo, as during 2020 these planes were grounded, so because of that, they've priced the first class seats and the residence cheaper than normal to sort of get things reintegrated. However, the prices are still crazy high, with, for example, New York City to Abu Dhabi being about $30,000. But there's another hack where you can get this for much cheaper, and I'm not talking about miles and points. Of course you can do that, but that would take quite a long time to build up those miles and points. No, I'm talking a throwaway ticket. So instead of flying New York to Abu Dhabi, you could fly New York to Mumbai, and the price goes from $30,000 to just a few thousand, as you would just stay in Abu Dhabi instead of continuing on to Mumbai. I mean, I guess you could kind of call it a deal. And although this experience these last 24 hours has been incredible, like the most comfortable airplane experience of my life, the most luxurious by far, I'm so excited to land and give Lucille the special letter. I got you something in Abu Dhabi.
Oh my god, you got me something in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah.
What? Oh my god, it's a card with camels.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in French.
Yeah.
Oh, I love when you write in French. Oh, avec toi le voyage est meilleur.